Welcome to Geek Stuff Off the Cuff. I know, it's a big day. You should be excited. I am. Anyway, this is Jared, and you are listening to episode 31. This episode features the Foolery. Last week we chatted a little bit, Tony and I did, while the Foolery was celebrating their 4th of May, or May the 4th be with you. And so this is the second half of everything that we got. It's kind of split up into two chunks. The first half is more focused on a chat that we had with a couple Star Wars fans, and then the second part is a chat that we had with Bob, who is the owner of the Foolery. He gives us a little behind-the-scenes look of how the Foolery got their name, as well as their old location. Just a little heads up, also, Indie PopCon's coming, June 26th, 27th, 28th. We're going to be there every single freaking day. We're also giving out passes starting June 3rd, and so you need to tune in. We've actually already recorded the June 3rd podcast, and we already know what the first contest is going to be, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it. So, yeah, tune in June 3rd. Tune in every Wednesday, but June 3rd is going to be the first giveaway for some Indie PopCon tickets. You can come out, record with us, chat with us, talk with us, meet us, all that good stuff. Support us. That's the big one. Support us. No book of the week this week because I want to find out your thoughts on digital comics. I am in the starting process of putting all of my books into a digital library, but I want to find out from you, what do you think about digital comics? Take it easy. We'll talk about how we're going to try to find somebody.
Do we ever do anything different than just start and go?
Nope. Not a thing for us.
It's fine.
I wonder who should we just like start pointing out people? I wonder who's going to be super...
Let's make some serious eye contact. Well, first we should tell everybody who's listening to the podcast
this is a new episode.
It's a new episode being recorded. We are live at the Foolery up here in Carmel, a wonderful comic book, vinyl, collectible shop. Very cool place up here. We are celebrating their 1-year anniversary, and coincidentally, it is May 4th, which means it is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. So we've got a big Star Wars celebration here. We're selling Star Wars comic books like hotcakes up here. They're going to do a big giveaway in about 20 minutes. And right now in this episode, we're just kind of talking with whoever wants to stop by and talk about Star Wars. We're going to see if we can grab a Star Wars fan.
I wonder if we can grab a Star Wars fan and a Star Trek fan.
Well, I'm a Star Trek fan and a Star Wars fan, but you probably want someone other than me. So yeah, we'll kind of talk. We're just kind of talking about Star Wars memories and Star Wars experiences. I'm sure there are a lot of people in here that have seen in the theater the original trilogy, episodes 4, 5, and 6. There's probably some people here who saw the first ones or the newer ones, episodes 1, 2, and 3. So we'll just talk about that. There's been TV shows, comic books. There's an expanded universe that people want to talk about. So if anybody, it's kind of chaos out here right now. So everybody's kind of doing their thing and kind of getting ready for the big drawing. Of course, we're not going to talk through the drawing, but we want to make sure that
unless we want to.
I guess we could. We'll get a little confusing here, but
looking for a Star Wars fan. Star Wars fans? Anybody? I need one Star Wars fan.
Up.
One. Come on over. I need one more Star Wars fan.
We're just talking Star Wars. We're talking Star Wars on a podcast. So
there you go, sir.
We're just here to chit-chat. We have nothing really planned. We're just talking Star Wars here. So
you're just talking Star Wars.
Before we jump into Star Wars, why don't you guys tell me names and where you're from?
My name is Barry. I'm here from Carmel.
Cool. And?
I'm Eric Lentz, and I'm from Carmel.
Barry and Eric, both from Carmel. Very cool. So
I'm going to forget your names. I'm going to be really honest about
that. Really bad with names.
So
Barry.
Barry and Eric.
Barry's girlfriend?
Yeah, that's Ashley.
Ashley bolted.
Yeah.
She's like, he's
She's
on a
gone.
microphone.
She's ghost. She's gone.
I'm done
So-
now.
outta
I'm
here
done
now.
now.
You guys are here for the big giveaway, I assume?
Of
Yes.
course.
Cool. Is there one of the prizes specifically that you're hoping to win?
Boba Fett cover.
Boba Fett cover.
I'm
Without the
hoping to
delay.
win that 1 through 50 issues. Grand
That's really
prize.
cool. The classic series? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't that worth like a lot of money?
It's close to $500, I think is
Oh
what
yeah,
he said.
you
so-
could get a lot. That issue 1 in mint conditions goes for quite a bit on eBay.
Awesome.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Not surprised.
Sure.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
it first came out in what, like 82, 83, something like that?
That's
I
from
mean,
1977.
Oh, that's even older then. So.
Look at him.
All
He's
those
like,
issues
and
are
you
from
are
77
wrong.
to 79.
There you
All
go.
those issues up there.
Perfect. Even older than I thought. So
Oh yeah.
here we go. Very nice. All right, so tell us a little bit. We're just kind of talking about Star Wars experiences, things like that. Did you get a chance to see? Probably either of you old enough to see the original?
The only one I saw in the theaters
In
was
theater?
Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Did not see any of them in the theaters, unfortunately.
Any
what
of
about
the
1, 2, and
original
3?
1, 2, 3?
Yeah,
No,
I went
unfortunately, didn't see
to.
them in the theaters. Still
Okay.
too young.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, well, I definitely saw the pre-trilogy. I went
Same here.
to the midnight show
Yeah,
every
yeah.
Thursday night, and then
On video.
so I
Were
was
they
there.
amazing as you would hope they would have been, or were you royally disappointed?
I was disappointed with the new trilogy that
Why?
George Lucas has done.
Why?
I just
Where
thought
did
he
he get?
messed up a lot of storylines. Didn't fit the canon of the original Star Wars trilogy. He changed some things in there.
Like, was there any one thing that you just were like, this is unforgivable?
Oh, it was unforgivable.
Jar Jar.
Jar Jar
Everybody
Binks.
unanimously just goes Jar
Yeah,
Jar.
of course, Jar Jar Binks was completely annoying. I didn't like how, the clones ended up being a clone from Boba Fett and having to go in there because, the original Boba Fett story, which started in the comic books, was totally different than what they put into the new movie. Mm-hmm. He wasn't a Mandalorian slave and raised up this way as
Right.
he was throughout the original comic book series, so I didn't like that. It was just a travesty, I think.
Now, for the opposite ends,
Yeah, Eric.
1, 2, and 3, what did you feel?
What do I feel? Well, I grew up with them, so I will admit nostalgia does play a role, but it's Star Wars. Nostalgia plays a role in all of our memories, doesn't it?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's true. I understand the gripes against them, obviously. They're common knowledge at this point, I think. I can get them. I still love the prequels to death, gonna be fully honest, but I can understand the hate.
There's
Sure.
no
Well,
550,
no movie is
595,
perfect, obviously, and I think
325.
all movies.
That's just for the one
When
issue.
you watch them, they are,
Yeah.
like you said, the
We got
nostalgia
issue
factor
2
is
selling
high.
it for
If it's
180,
your movies,
130.
this is what you grew up on. This is kind of
I mean,
your
it goes
thing.
for a ton.
You have a
So
kind of a
that's what I'm
special
hoping to
flavor
win.
for that, and I
Yeah,
completely get that.
definitely.
So, quick.
He was pulling
Go.
up the costs or
Yeah.
the prices on like eBay-ish type
Yeah,
sites
yeah, yeah.
that have for Star Wars episode or issue number 1.
Sure. So we're here as fans and as speculators. We want to.
heck yeah.
You want to.
Yeah.
Get. You got to get
Definitely,
yours.
definitely.
Heck yeah. Okay,
Now,
so
quick Star Wars sidebar, quick Star Wars trivia because we were talking about Boba Fett earlier. I want to see if
Thanos
I want
is
to
in
see
the
if
new
our-
movie.
Yeah,
Just
no.
FYI.
Stop this. No more Thanos references today.
Dang it.
Do we know where the first ever appearance of Boba Fett was?
Holiday special.
It was in the holiday special
Yeah, they
animated
both got it
feature.
right. The Star Wars holiday special, the much maligned
The
holiday
one part
special.
that people tend to like is the Boba Fett
You're
scene,
right.
if I'm not mistaken.
It is the only thing worth watching
People
in the
enjoy
holiday
first
special.
yes. People
Haven't
enjoy
seen
the-
it, don't plan to.
I've
I
got
have
it,
it
yep.
if you want to watch it. Most of the time you spend you're in Chewbacca's home with his family.
I've heard nothing good about
It's
it.
rather-
Literally,
it's-
they spend they're celebrating Life Day, which is the
Life
equivalent, I
Day,
think,
yeah.
of Christmas, and it's like it's Wookiees just roaring at each other for
I
like
believe
20
Lucas
minutes.
has said that if he had the time, he would hunt down every copy and smash them.
Oh wow.
Yes, that's what George Lucas said.
Yeah, I've got a
He said
bootleg on
every
DVD,
copy.
and I
Uh-huh.
bust it out every so often, and it's not great. So
No.
But yes, that
I've
was,
never seen it.
The animated
have I.
part
I don't
is
plan to.
cool, though.
I kind of want to see it though, just so I have that knowledge.
I don't want to scar my
Yeah.
memories with it.
You can
I
borrow my
really
copy.
don't.
I'll,
All
I'll
right.
give you my copy.
You can borrow my Kevin Smith.
There
and I'll
you
borrow.
go. We'll,
all right.
we'll swap. Cool.
That
Very
works.
cool.
That works out really,
All right.
really
So,
well.
talking about, because we were talking about this on the podcast episodes ago with your
Neil?
friend Neil.
Yeah, with Neil.
We were talking about. We wondered now when you, Eric, when you watched the movies, did
Yes.
you see the prequels first and then go
I
on to the
really-
classics?
It was at such a young age.
Yeah.
To be honest, my earliest memories involve Star Wars. I probably saw. When I first started watching Star Wars, only episode 1 was out of the prequels, so
Yeah.
I saw all of them.
Okay.
I don't know which one I saw first, but basically the same time for me.
Fair enough. So, because we had a big question, the debate on the show earlier was, would it be a different experience for someone who saw the classics
Yeah, that'd
and
have to
then
be
did the
a new
prequels,
line.
as opposed to someone who watched them quote unquote in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, I mean, it's hard to quantify. Obviously, I mean, do you feel like you knew more or less about the classic versions having seen so much of the prequels, or no?
Well, I still appreciate the classics. Who doesn't?
Sure.
Yeah,
well,
we love them.
Of course.
I don't know. I think I still know quite a bit about them. I still know their origins. Obviously, I adore them. I still watch them relentlessly. We still have like every single version at my house of every single release. I don't have the Blu-rays, but
Yeah.
I mean, do I think I know less? I wouldn't say so, no. I still appreciate them just as much as anyone else. How can you not? They're
Absolutely.
magical.
Sure.
So I don't feel like I know less or appreciate them less. I still adore the originals. I'm not...
Good.
Because I might love the prequels. I'm not harping on the originals. No, never. I would never do that.
Sure.
How old were you when you watched the first one?
Like 3 or 4, I don't know. I was. It was among my earliest memories is watching Star Wars.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very
so.
cool.
Because that's kind of what rolls it back.
Yeah.
Is his daughter's 5, my son's 5,
Yeah.
and we're trying to figure out, is it going to make sense to them to go 1, because now there's a 7, and there's going to be an 8 and a 9.
I understood the
It
order when I
does
was
make
a kid.
sense. I've got a 9-year-old son, and he likes to watch them go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
He likes to go in that order, watching
Sure.
them when we do watch them at home.
I would think it would make logistical sense for somebody younger that doesn't, because
Doesn't
it's like
know.
you roll that over to like
It
the
does
Marvel
make sense.
Cinematic Universe, and it's like you can't show Age of Ultron and then you show the first Avengers and then you jump to the Infinity Wars Part 1 and Part 2. You're going to throw people for a loop, and I don't know. I think we both have the same consensus that no matter what happens, whatever I say is right.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't go
got
that
that
far
going.
at all. It's the same thing.
Come on,
The
man.
same thing along the similar
Thanos.
lines with the Hobbit movies and the Lord of the Rings. If you had the opportunity later on, you could watch the 3 Hobbits first, then move on to Lord of the
Yes.
Rings, and I think that would make more sense in your mind
Yeah.
rather
It
than
does make
watch
more
them.
sense.
Either
Go
way,
the
20 years
story
from
that
now, we're
way.
going to watch all the spin-offs, all the sequel trilogies, consecutively.
Oh,
spend
yes.
30 hours of our lives.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that at some point.
You're right.
You can
Fair enough.
have a marathon, and watch them all in a row.
Lock-
It's always a
just
fun
lock the
thing
house.
to do. Just take your weekend
Now,
off.
our-
You know, lock the house,
Yeah.
stock up on chips, and
Just stock up a
Episodes
ton of food
7,
in the
8,
house.
and 9, the
go
George
through
Lucas
'em.
editions.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Listen, nothing but extra animals and sounds and
Yes, definitely.
background noises. Now, I'll ask you guys, because 7, 8, and 9, as they come out, obviously are expanding upon the original universe, which is sending the expanded universe, which exists in books and comics, essentially out the window. Are you guys expanded universe fans?
yes, I am,
Yes,
indeed.
I am.
What do
I've
we
got
think of this
quite a lot
essentially
comics.
jettisoning of what's come for a long time here?
It'll be fine. I'm very excited to see J.J. Abrams making these movies. I like how they're building new sets. They're bringing in Jim Henson-looking Muppet creatures back into it.
Yeah.
So it's not just Hayden Christensen in front of a green screen. So I think the movies will look really cool. I'm interested to see what they go with it.
Right.
What kind of stories they do, because there's already so many things spanning out, especially not just in comics, but in novels and books. I mean, there's already conflicting things in those two genres
Right.
of media.
That makes sense.
So-
That makes sense.
What was that
It'll be a
little
fun thing
robot,
to
the
do.
little ball robot?
BB-8.
BB-8.
Yeah, that's BB-8.
BB-8. Is it 8 or BB-88?
8.
8.
Just 8.
BB-8, yeah.
And he's a
BB-8.
legitimate...
Actual
He's a
robot.
robot.
They
Yes,
built
that
it.
is
They
real.
built
And
it.
that
He's a
actually
real,
really walks
living,
that
breathing
way.
robot.
And he's
Yes.
adorable.
You don't like
That'd
him?
be really cool.
He's adorable. I said he's
Oh,
adorable.
you said it was horrible.
No. I like him. I like him.
I abhor him. Oh.
I know. We have to excuse me. I'm going to step outside one more time.
Yeah,
absolutely,
Back
please.
here and
Thanks
enjoy
for coming
talking
on, buddy.
with you.
Appreciate you joining us. Yeah,
Good
very
to meet you,
good.
Eric.
Good to meet you, Barry.
All right, good.
Oh, it's good to meet a fan. Nice shirt.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you.
They're still having conversations
the
about each
camaraderie,
other's
that's okay.
shirts. We all have Star Wars shirts on.
Well,
Wow.
there's a few
Who'd have
Star
thunk?
Wars shirts
May the
here
4th, right?
in the house today. So now, Eric, do you watch have you been watching like Rebels, Star Wars Rebels, the TV show?
I watch it
on?
when I can.
Yeah.
Don't have cable, but it's
Okay.
free. I mean, they put it on StarWars.com. It's free
Sure.
through today, free
Yeah,
streaming. So
right.
tonight I'm going to watch the rest of it if I can.
Cool. Very cool.
He's going home and doing nothing else. He's
That's
plopping
actually
down.
true.
Yeah.
I
don't
just
blame
finished
him
my
one
first
bit.
year of college today, and I am.
Congratulations.
That's all I am doing. is-
Nice.
What are you going to school for?
What am I doing? Business and Spanish.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that's dual major if possible.
L business is what they call
friends,
that.
my friends all know I am a huge Star Wars fan. I'm totally open about it, and I am isolated because of it. But no
Wow.
regrets. No
You're never
regrets.
isolated. Look around you.
If
You're not
it's-
isolated.
if it is social life
So-
or Star Wars, I am choosing Star Wars every time.
They don't have to be mutually exclusive. I promise you,
I
when you
mean-
go see Episode 7, there'll be many people out there with
There
you.
will be. I'm gonna make plans with my friends like already over this summer
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
do that.
That's the way to do
Is
it.
it this Christmas?
This,
Yes.
December
This is
18th.
December 18th.
It is
Mark your
coming.
calendars.
They should have released it on May 4th.
May the December 18th be with you.
Yes, but J.J. Abrams, one thing I admire about him, he wants to make sure that the movie's out when it's done.
Yes.
And apparently there were like some conflicts. They wanted it summer 2015, and then he's like, no, I want it to be ready. And so they said, fine, 2015. They're like, fine, December 2015. Still 2015 like they originally announced, but he still has time.
JJ takes the time to get it right.
If he wants to take 7 more months to get it right, I will give it to him. It's Star Wars.
And you know what?
I'll
We
wait.
were talking earlier about Star Wars versus Star Trek. You know that JJ just came off the Star Trek reboot.
1 and 2. Yeah.
And they thought that they did such a cool job with that he might as well take a crack at this other sci-fi universe. And I have no doubt that he's going to do an amazing job.
I think it's going to be awesome.
But yeah, we won't talk too much about Rebels since you haven't seen it, but definitely watch it if you can.
I've seen about 6 or 7 episodes of it.
Yeah.
Get to the end. Get to the end of the first season. Because it is amazing. There's the last 5 minutes.
What I've heard.
Mind blown.
Thanos.
Thanos. Nothing but Thanos.
Well, they own Marvel and Disney.
because that's your joke, and I keep taking it.
Disney owns Marvel and Star Wars
That's
now.
true.
It could conceivably
New crossover.
They have the rights.
Guardians of the Galaxy mixed in.
Could happen.
No, it won't.
It won't, but
There
it
is
could.
no chance that will ever happen.
You're right.
It
Rocket
could.
Raccoon versus Kylo Ren. I want to see it.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
I want to see it. Crossguard lightsaber man versus Rocket. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Okay,
I'd be
so
entertained for that.
I've been seeing more about the cross guard lightsaber. Your opinion?
My opinion, same of the double-bladed lightsaber. There are some things you can't do with it, but when you learn how to use it, it's practical in its own way, just like the double-bladed lightsaber.
I think you can do anything with a double-bladed lightsaber, though.
Except hold it like this.
Oh, towards your
right,
torso?
You know, like you can with a single blade, you can have it like in front of you. You do it with the double-bladed, with the other end lit, it will kill you.
But unless you get it cut in half. Unless you take this piece of highly designed technical hardware, and then by just some weird chance, it gets cut in a perfect spot that still allows him to use both ends.
Perhaps it was designed to be broken into two if you needed it to.
No, because then Darth Maul would have been like, and then he would have whooped up on him.
He didn't have time to go, he was busy whooping up on him.
Whatever.
He killed 1 out of 2. He's a
Darth
50%
Maul.
kill rate.
Darth
That's
Maul.
pretty okay.
Darth Maul.
You go talk to Ray Parker Jr. about Darth Maul and Ghostbusters and see what you still think.
When I met Ray...
Can we agree we need an Obi-Wan spin-off film? Because he's always been my favorite character.
Obi?
I would watch
Obi-Wan.
one.
Yeah.
I don't know if a movie would... I feel like a series would do Obi-Wan really, really well. Like a live-action series.
Obi-Wan on Tatooine?
Or not even necessarily just on Tatooine, but just...
Growing up, well, yeah.
Well, not even, I don't know about growing up.
There's a lot of Obi-Wan that we haven't uncovered.
Yeah.
I read the
Lots of
Jedi
life.
Apprentice novels growing up.
Yeah. Well,
Which are now gone.
Yes, the expanded universe.
because
so
it's expanded.
excellent fan fiction now, but
It's all gone.
we're getting close. We're at the 5-minute countdown
Very
for the
cool.
big giveaway. So very cool. Okay.
But legitimate, no. I would watch. I would crowdfund. I would kickstart an Obi-Wan live-action television show.
I would like Ewan McGregor to reprise. I feel he did the role justice. And Alec Guinness, he didn't like playing Obi-Wan, which is a shame.
Well, he just left.
I don't think that anybody back at that point knew what Star Wars was going to
Oh
be.
no!
But even after it became a hit, he still wasn't proud that many people knew him just for Obi-Wan.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he wanted that to be his legacy, if you will.
Oh, no,
Sir
he
Alec
didn't.
Guinness.
He didn't.
He wanted to be more of a serious, and he probably
Lawrence
just took it
of
because
Arabia,
it was a
that kinda
job
guy.
and things like that. And sometimes things happen that you can't control.
And then you ask Sir Patrick Stewart.
Sir Patrick
Well,
Stewart.
he's proud of being Professor X.
Oh my gosh!
Captain Picard. He's
Well,
proud. He's
we're
all
in
about
we're in
that.
a much different age now where it's cool to embrace that nerdy stuff. I'm sure that Alex Guinness went through some stuff where
He didn't want to get beat
the
up.
geeks were like, "Dad, could you explain the lightsaber mechanics?" And he was like, "I have to go live my life." Excuse me. It was a different time.
I'm trying to
just gonna
enjoy
leave
my
it at that,
pizza.
so,
Why are
right.
you bothering me with this question?
I would absolutely talk to him about that, but I could see where a professional, quote unquote, professional theatrical actor in that day, where this wasn't as widely accepted, wouldn't be into that kind of thing. So he's back.
I'm back.
He's back. Just in time. We're about 3 minutes down for the countdown for the big giveaway.
Alrighty.
So we'll probably put a cap on
The
our conversation
excitement's
sooner
on.
rather than later. But then we'll come back afterwards and talk about what they won, all that fun stuff. We'll talk with Bob, the owner. We'll talk with
This
the
entire
winners.
room will just evaporate. Everybody will run.
I'll still
The
be here.
winners
I have
will
nothing
stick
else to do.
around.
Yeah,
there we
that's
go.
just pretty much
We'll stay and talk Star
my
Wars.
hangout.
I came straight here from college. You think I have a life?
There you go. I should have brought my Star Wars customizable card game.
I know.
We could have played it.
This
with
is my
everybody.
life.
No.
Yeah.
Where? We talked about that earlier.
I know.
This
You're
is
right.
This is a collector's shop.
We are
How long
packed
have you
in
guys
here.
been coming
You're
to
right.
the
We're
Foolery?
packed in here.
I've been coming to the Foolery originally when it was on the corner back from
I was not alive then?
1990 till
Okay.
it closed down. And I was here on the opening day of this place.
There
when
we
Bob
go.
reopened
That's what we
it
were talking
here.
about previously.
A year ago?
So,
Yes, a year ago. We were here.
Very cool.
I heard it was
Very
reopening.
cool. There we go. So
Are we supposed
we
to smile
we got
or
one
just
final
talk? Random
one final
conversations
talk
about...
and smile and talk and hey, all right,
Boom.
Sorry.
cool.
No, you're good, my friend.
We're gonna get off the mics here because they're about 60 seconds away probably from drawing.
Okay.
So we'll put a pause on this. We'll come back and talk to the folks after the big
All right.
giveaway. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Well, I enjoyed the conversation.
Thank you very
with
much.
Thank you guys,
Fun.
Barry and
Oh,
Aaron.
of
You guys
course.
are awesome. Thanks for
Thank
chatting
you.
with us.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Random transition between two segments. That's what I'm doing right now. I don't have anything to put here, so I'm just making this up. Yep. Okay, go. How was it for you?
Oh, it was awesome.
Was
Yeah,
it good?
the-
I'm going to put that right there.
yeah, yeah. The turnout was better than we expected.
packed.
Yeah, it was packed. So I mean,
Cool.
anytime you get that many people coming out for an event like this, it's always a win. So yeah,
love
we
it.
were happy with it.
Well, for those that don't know who we're talking to, Bob, you want to take a minute, introduce yourself, who you are, talk about the Foolery for just a couple seconds?
Sure. Yeah, my name's Bob Williams, and I'm the owner of the Foolery, and we're here in downtown Carmel, and we have a nice eBay presence as well as a Facebook presence, and that's right now the two ways that we kind of get our name out. So
Nice.
yeah,
Cool. Well, we were talking earlier in the previous episode that we recorded that the name. I love the name, and I didn't realize until another gentleman was talking. But was it your store that existed before, or
Correct. My brother and I actually
Okay.
started the store originally in 1989.
Oh, very
And it
cool.
was on the corner down the street, just about a half a
Nice.
block. And we had sold it in 96, 97.
Mm-hmm.
And then that gentleman, he went and he sold it a couple years after that. And then finally it went away. And
Yep.
when we reopened, the name was still out there. And I came up with the name, so I was like, I'm taking that back.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. so, yeah, we love the name.
very
so,
cool? And what's
yeah.
the origin? Just out of curiosity.
Tomfoolery.
Very cool.
It came from the expression tomfoolery.
Sure.
So yeah, it's just a place to kind of goof around, and
Yeah.
we try not to take ourselves too seriously.
Love
So,
it.
Yeah.
Well, as it comes to business, in which case, make money.
Yeah. Correct.
Is this what you do full time? Is this
Yes.
your...
Yeah. This is it.
That's a
So-
great career move.
Absolutely.
That's an awesome career move. I think there's very few people in this world that get to do something that they have such a passion for. And props to you for hanging in there and going through. Is it just you? Do you have anybody else? Is it a family business?
Well,
Do
it's
you
a
have-
family. My wife and my son help out, and so
Sure.
it's basically it's a mom and pop organization for sure.
There you go.
And we just we're always looking for new angles and new ways to make it happen. So the vinyl, the records were almost an accident. We had no clue when we came in that vinyl was so hot, and I literally just threw a couple of my records up on the wall,
Yeah.
and it just blew up.
Oh,
and
wow.
so the vintage vinyl, we do extremely well with the vintage vinyl, and the comics just make a great complement to each other.
Sure.
And it's been a nice mix so far.
Excellent.
We were talking about that. It's and it's kind of creative or unique that you would bring that up as well. Just the visual from the vinyl to the comics and from the comics to the... Because when you walk into the shop, it's literally split 50-50. It's left side is comics, right side is vinyl. For every 30 vinyls that somebody purchases, they get one comic book for free, right? So,
It's a lot of vinyl.
it's a lot
Yeah.
of
a lot of
vinyl.
vinyl.
I'm sure Bob would be okay.
I think that we can work that out. Yes, definitely.
I never thought about that before because I've never been a big vinyl guy. But as you were talking about off the microphone, that just the visuals of a lot of the artwork
Yeah.
that went into the covers,
Correct.
like what you said, complement back
Oh,
and forth.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just it's like an art gallery, obviously, with two very different mediums across the way here.
Well, and there's tons of art galleries down here in downtown Carmel, and we claim we have the best art
There
in
you
town.
go.
So
Yeah,
I would not put it past you one bit. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, do you get a lot of? Is it primarily comic traffic that comes in, and then it bleeds over to the albums and the LPs, or do you get a lot of LP and a lot of vinyl customers coming in and then looking over and going, oh, there's all this other cool stuff over there too?
Well, it's weird, but it's almost split, and it's half the people will tell you I'm going to the record store, and the other half of people will tell you I'm going to the comic shop.
Yeah.
And so it seems like the record people are almost oblivious to the comics, and the comic people are somewhat oblivious to the records, and there is some bleed over.
Sure.
But yeah, it almost seems like you're right. It's almost 50-50 right down the middle right now.
How about that?
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really, really neat. What are you a comic reader?
Yes.
What are some of your favorite books right now?
My favorite books right now, I'm a big fan of the Darth Vader series. I do like the Darth Vader run that's currently going. With Marvel, it's hard to tell what's going to keep going and what's going to break away, and DC's kind of the same way. And obviously the Batman storyline lately has just been fantastic, and so that's what I've been following the most. But I'm starting to pick up a few of the current DC series since they're kind of relaunching in June, just to kind of get an idea of what they're about as far as what's going on. But I like what Image is doing. There's so many great Image comic books that that's where a lot of the older readers are at right now is Image. So
very, very cool.
Yeah. I know that in addition to the comics and the vinyl, you do a little bit with the games up front. We see some Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic stuff and some trading cards. Are there thoughts? I mean, do you have like a moving forward? Are we expanding this section, or are you just kind of sticking with what's working here? Or
I wish I had more space where I could do gaming as a full line as opposed to a sideline.
Right.
But unfortunately, my space, I'm so limited that I just have no choice right now but to just kind of carry the packs and have it available.
Sure.
If forever, in the future that we would move and where we would maybe get a bigger location, that would certainly be a thought for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, if you get rid of all these vinyl, you'd be able to put all kinds of stuff on there.
I don't think that's an option right now.
Not yet.
No, but because we're big gamers, and we understand that there's a vast difference between the card games and the board games in terms of sheer size and space and where to put that stuff. So it's easier to carry things like this. And I think it's cool, too. You've got some pop vinyls. You've got some loose classic figures and things like that. So, I mean, it's kind of like we said earlier, just kind of a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Come in and fool around and take a look.
Yeah.
So,
and I like that you're not dipping your toes in a lot of different areas and more saying, no, I'm going to step fully in to specific areas and flourishing in those areas. I think there's a lot of comic shops, not even necessarily here in Indiana, but across the country, that they're just like, no, we're going to do comics, we're going to do games, we're going to do LPs, we're going to do CDs, and then all of a sudden they become Karma, and then they go out of business. So saying that, I do feel that you focusing on specific things makes your shop more of a collector's shop rather than a run-of-the-mill comic book shop where people can just pop in. It feels like in the short time that we've been here, that I've been here, Tony frequents here quite often because Amelia goes to dance up here. But there's all kinds of, I don't want to use the word camaraderie, but there's a lot of it feels very family. Like people come in and they're just like, oh hey, what's going on, blah 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 blah. And like earlier when the place was packed and there was barely any room to really walk around, there wasn't complaining. There wasn't, this is hot, I need to get out of here, or anything like that. It was just people are still having conversations. People were just saying, hey, good luck. There was no booze when they didn't win.
thank goodness.
There was applause, and there was genuine admiration of, I lost, but you won. Enjoy it. You're going to have a great time with whatever you're going to do with it. I don't know. I like that. I like that.
Absolutely.
And like you said before, the mom and pop shop. I like that feel that is obvious with your clientele.
Well, everybody has the same stuff to sell, and we know that. Sure. And so we know that customer service is really all we have to offer. And so we just try to be a little bit more upbeat and a little bit more knowledgeable about what's going on, and hopefully that gives us a little bit of an edge with our customers. And we like people just even coming in, even if they're not buying anything, just to come in and say hey and hang out and, just kind of, talk about what's going on in comics and movies and stuff. Okay. So it's a place where, like you said, we just like people to come in and hang out and have a good time and enjoy themselves.
Very cool. Should give out a free Deadpool insult with every comic sold. That way, you should really set yourself apart.
Wow.
Oh, man, the gods are angry.
About Deadpool.
So sorry. I'm sorry, Ryan Reynolds. Don't hurt me, bro.
Well, we'll wrap things up. I definitely appreciate you taking some time to talk with us.
Well, certainly thanks for coming out today, guys. We definitely appreciate it, and anytime you're more than welcome.
Cool.
Wonderful.
Appreciate that.
If you don't know where it's at, you can find them on Facebook. You can find them online. They have an eBay presence. The Foolery up here in Carmel. Once again, the address is
25 West Main Street.
25 West Main
That's what
Street.
the door tells me. So.
Right across from
Mudbugs.
Nice.
Yes.
Cajun Cafe.
Yeah.
Man. And then a music shop. There's a lot of music shops up here too.
Yes.
So that's double point.
We're music guys. So.
Cool. Thanks, Bob.
Hey, thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Wonderful. That's it.
Cool.
Hey,
Appreciate it. Thank you. Great being out with you guys.